Well, what is up, everybody? It's Wilverse TV here today. And apparently, this question was asked on Twitter to a lot of the people who mainly hate on Xbox on social media. So this guy asked, "I want to ask you, why do you hate Xbox? I really would like to know because I don't hate any of them. I guess he means any of the main three consoles, Nintendo, Sony, or Xbox. He says, I would like to know without any argument. I am genuinely curious because you kind of get curious about why these guys have so much hatred for the Xbox. So that is a definitely concern. Like you always, I definitely think of the back of my head, like, why do these people hate Xbox so much? It's just weird because, especially as a gamer, you want to meet other people with the same hobby you have. But then you see once you really start getting into gaming, getting these conversations, that there's a clear divide between like what console you prefer between all the big three. So yeah, people always, especially me, I'm like wondering, like, why do people hate Xbox so much? It's just a thing like to get clout, or because some people they hate Xbox to build up their following. Like we know that the one Sony fan girl did it just to get the OnlyFans thing started. So yeah, I think a lot of these people hate Xbox for just clout chasing reasons. But let's see the people respond to why they hate Xbox. This person says, my reason for not liking Xbox as much as PlayStation is down to two things: the quality of the games and the controller. Can't stand the feel of this Xbox controller, and the games just don't appeal to me. Okay. I think the Xbox controller has the best controller, but okay. And the games is subjective, but I think they're doing pretty great on the games side of things. This person says, I love all platforms because kids in the lunchroom told them to when they were 12. They hate Xbox because it's the cool thing to do. They make that their whole personality. They don't really have any reason to do it. That's why they never have an answer. I honestly think people just really hate on Xbox just to have something to hate on, because there are things to love about Xbox. There are things that get on my nerve about them as well. But just to say you absolutely hate Xbox without a legitimate reason is just cap. Yeah. Like each console has their own pros and cons, but these guys they be doing too much, saying how they just hate Xbox. They want to go away, how it's killing the industry. like what's wrong with these people? The pony response is because Xbox hurt my feelings. LOL. I bet top dollar more than half of the PlayStation fanatics don't even know why they hate Xbox so passionately. Yeah, a lot of reasons just don't make sense at all. Like a lot of reasons just really don't make sense. You'll be ousted from the inner circle if you only prefer PlayStation. Rule number 3 states only loving PlayStation isn't enough. You must also hate the other brands to be accepted. That's kind of sad if true. I don't think people genuinely hate Xbox as much as they just love the attention they get from hating on Xbox. Yeah, I think maybe it's probably just like a clout thing or something. Like it's just weird. Personally, don't know anyone that hates it. I know people who are indifferent about it currently or don't have a need for one, which is frequently misinterpreted by Xbox streamers as someone who hates Xbox. I notice a lot of people who hate individual consoles constantly go in circles about petty excuses as to why they do. This guy says, I have joined gaming Twitter in 2020. I have no idea before a lot of people disliked the Xbox brand. Xbox was my first console when it came out, and I primarily played on Xbox. I never disliked PlayStation, but its fan base can make you not like the brand, which is where I stand. Okay. Hate is such an interesting word for a piece of plastic. Too much emotion for a thing, in my opinion. Well, you would think that, but the way some of these Sony guys act on Twitter is like, you would think the Xbox like murdered their dog or something. I don't know. They got a visceral reaction when somebody mentions Xbox or Game Pass in a positive light. So he says, choice, supportive bias, or post-purchase rationalization is the tendency to retroactively ascribe positive attributes to an option one has selected. So I guess he's getting the scientific reason why people hate Xbox. Okay. Because they haven't created a new good game for me in 2 generations. Everything is a sequel or a trash. I have all consoles and love them all. PlayStation guys mainly, but love my Series S to death. Why do people hate on consoles they don't have to purchase or play? Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, if you don't like it, you would think you just wouldn't buy it, just move on like anything else you don't like in life. But apparently they just give a lot of attention to something they just don't like, which just makes no sense. Xbox beat me up and took my milk money. Okay. Okay, so this guy gives a reason why he dislikes Nintendo. Because they never drop the price of their games and every console feels like a gimmick. Still own a Switch and I don't hate Nintendo. So wait, what? So he says he hate Nintendo, but he don't hate Nintendo. Okay. Uh, I don't care for their vision of gaming, always online, too many multiplayer FPS, and I don't like day one subservices. Don't hate them, just don't like them. Okay. That's kind of weird though. Like you don't like that you can get the games for day one on their on a service. I mean, whatever. It's opinion. Um, Honestly, I used to hate Xbox because I was just a PlayStation gamer and no other reason than that. So he hated Xbox just because he was just a PlayStation gamer. That makes no sense. Once I picked up a Switch, then Series X, PlayStation is only there for God of War, Ratchet and Clank, third party on Xbox and PC. I've gone teal. Okay. Okay, so apparently some people just hate Xbox because they don't own one. That's pretty much what his reason was. He hated Xbox because he didn't own one, but once he got an Xbox, he says he plays the most out the three. Uh, He usually disappointed with them. Love the 360 that gen, then had Xbox One game, then had Xbox One gen, which was absolutely awful and pushed me to PlayStation as my platform. Xbox Series X is a great console, but I don't care about the studios, Game Pass, xCloud, etc. I just want awesome first party games and genres I love. So this guy says, I don't hate Xbox. I personally just don't see the purpose of having one at the moment. Majority of my friends are on PlayStation, and then majority of the games I play are RPGs and fighting games. So yeah, okay. I want to see those people who I haven't seen those Sony fanboys. Like I want to see the people who just truly just hate Xbox. I want to see their responses. To be honest. So this guy says it's a consumer product, nothing more or less. I don't see the usual Sony fanboys chiming in on this one. I haven't seen anybody yet, so I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what our usual the Sony crowd didn't chime in on this one. I don't see the usuals chiming on this. Uh, yeah, and these responses are like the ones I can really. I want to see the people who hate Xbox, who just talk about it every single day. I was diagnosed with console passion. I just can't help myself. I up and hate Xbox. Just look at it. Why are people having fun there? They must be getting paid. They can't create anything good, and they don't have games. Plus, they're a monopoly. I hate them. And this is a sign from the Sony fanboy console passion. Okay. uh, okay, here we go. This guy says Xbox is just lazy. It's blatantly clear they have no passion to actually make video games. They are literally just sitting at tons of resources and studios, but they don't actually want to put effort to getting cool games made. Game Pass is essentially the only redeeming factor Xbox has. Like I literally could recommend an Xbox to anyone with any other reason other than Game Pass. Whoa! I mean, so they don't have all these different studios like Bethesda, Activision titles, Gears, Halo, all these different games, Fable, all these games, but you has no reason to get an Xbox. Okay, get out. What is this? Like, these responses just make no sense. Just say, you can just say there's games that you don't have interest in, but just say there's no games at all. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. So far, I haven't seen like a real solid explanation why people hate Xbox. It's just a lot of nonsense like that one response that I'm not seeing any major reasons. Uh this thread is open to everybody, but you don't mainly see Sony guys really talking about it. They'll give a good reason why they hate Xbox, to be honest. Most gamers don't hate Xbox, they just like Xbots like you, plain and simple. But we know that is not true because these guys talk about Xbox every single day. They are up to the every they are up to they are updated to the newest news by Xbox before most Xbox guys even are. So we know they just don't hate Xbox fans. That's not true. They don't hate Xbox, they hate competition, and I think that's kind of answer. Well, I think that's kind of the main reason right there. They hate competition. They hate people with different opinions, and most of all, they are insecure and completely afraid Sony will no longer be on top. I think he's hitting the nail on the head with this response right here. Their love for Sony is their little reason for being a replacement of religion. It is incredible. Yeah. Some people have already called these guys being a cult because it's definitely some cult-like cult-like actions going on with this group right here. So the answer is easy. They hate Xbox because it's not PlayStation. Yeah. Um, yeah, so let me. It's kind of sad that the main Sony fanboys who usually talk about Xbox on a daily basis responding to this because I definitely want to see these guys' opinions about it more than anybody else. But most people just gave no reasons, no like legit reasons why they hate Xbox. One guy says he hated Xbox at one point because he didn't have an Xbox, he only had a PlayStation. And I'm like, that okay, that doesn't make any sense because you don't own a system. Why do you hate it? It don't make any sense. So yeah, I guess this just proves that the hate for Xbox just doesn't make any sense. Maybe jealousy, envy. I don't know. They have a fear of Sony not being on top anymore. Is probably one of the main key reasons we can get from this. But yeah, it's just that the whole hate for Xbox is just mind-boggling, and it's like nobody gave a true reason as to why they really hate Xbox. So it just makes no sense at the end of the day. But I am gonna conclude it right here. I definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.